After hearing what Tess Barclay said,
a lot of people ask me as well, like, what follower count do you need before you can start really getting brand deals? There is no magic number. For me personally, I got my first brand deal on TikTok with 3,000 followers, my first brand deal on YouTube with 10,000 followers. That being said, there is no magic number.
And Vanessa Lau said,
here's a few things that I learned about my short stint with brand sponsors. And that is, there are a lot of deadlines. And those deadlines are negotiated like way in advance. And you also don't get paid until that video is posted. And even once you post the video, there is a possibility that you might not get paid until 30 to 60 days after that video is posted. So the cash flow is not as instant.
My viewpoint on pitching myself to brands has changed. And outside of what they said, what has actually occurred since telling myself, like, I'm going to write 60 brand pitch emails and this and that, like, honestly, time has not allowed for that. My main priority right now is building my audience, building my YouTube channel, and that takes time within itself. And I thought, it would be simple for me to add into my workflow, pitching these brand pitch emails. But it hasn't, because not only is YouTube my priority, but I'm also building my own brand. And that there's things that happen in the back end with that is not just YouTube related. So I just haven't felt like I've had time. And outside of my work stuff, I am a mom. I'm a parent. I have my full-time responsibility that I have going on. And I'm also trying to make being a creator, entrepreneur, sustainable. I have other things to handle outside of work stuff. Okay. So it's just like I haven't had time to pitch myself to these brands. And ultimately, it's like I knew going into that, when you work with brands, there's certain deliverables. Like, you're on a timetable with them. And for my life right now, it's like I don't need to rush into adding that stress to my plate. It's going to be cool when it happens, and I'm just going to let it happen naturally. That's just where, for the most part, I'm at with it. Like, it is a skill to learn how to write these type of emails, and I think I can do it maybe here or there, maybe once a week, or I'm gonna have to really see if I find it worth my time in any capacity to pitch myself to brands. But on 5,000 subscribers, you start to, as I don't think that's for everybody. I don't know if that's an industry standard, like, oh, when you have 5,000 subscribers on here, you'll start to get brands reaching out to you. Well, if that's what happens, if it doesn't, that's cool. Brand deals have never been the main thing that I want to rely on anyway when it comes to how I'm building out my creator business. It would be cool. It's something I want to experience. It's something that I want to say that I've been able to do to some degree for a purpose that is related to goals I have later down the line. But for me, it's not my end all and be all. And I don't want to take away my time that I do have. And one, trying to do these pitches. And then if I do get the brand deals, then that takes away from building like core, like needle moving stuff, similar to, I use that term move the needle. What are things in your business, in your brand building process that you need to do that actually moves the needle on things? And for me, I brought that up and it was explaining that because Vanessa Lau said that in her recent video. But for me, that move the needle task is building and creating my first digital product. Like, that's what I'm putting my energy into outside of my YouTube channel, outside of my content. So I need that time, and I don't want to lose focus of that. For me, that is, I got to do it. Like, I don't want to say like it's step one or however I could put it. It's just like, it's pivotal for me to build my brand build my digital product, my first digital product. So that's what I'm focused on. It kind of feels like I feel a little bit bummed because I thought that I can put my start into being a nano influencer into my own hands. I felt like a way I could do that was pitching myself to brands. But honestly, the way that I will do that is by just doing what I'm doing, focusing on my content, making the good content. I don't know who I heard it from, but it's also a tactic to get on brands' radars to start talking about different products that you would talk about if you were paid by a brand in your videos already. So I think for me, that is my primary strategy to becoming a nano influencer, which again, if you haven't watched my live stream on like my strategy to become a nano influencer, there's a lot of goodness in that video. Definitely watch it. But this is the strategy I guess I'm going to be focusing primarily on. Put those brands, talk about those brands naturally in my content, and just wait for them to reach out to me. When I'm done, this is the thing, when I'm done with my digital product and creating it, there may be a point within it's created and like time between I've created it and the launch, right? There might be some downtime between there. Maybe then I could give my focus to pitching myself to brands, but it's all about prioritization right now for me. Like I really have to prioritize what's truly important, what's truly going to bring me exactly what I'm looking for. And I would say brand deals is it's not at the top of the list. And one of the takeaways from Vanessa Lau's recent video, with her choosing to say no to $200,000 worth of brand deals is really like, I have to have discernment. Like, yes, money is great and I want to monetize my content in multiple ways, but it's like, you have to decide when are you going to pull those different triggers. And that's a great video for you to watch on. You're just going to get some great insight into this whole sponsorship, brand deal type of life or monetization track that I feel like isn't discussed often in the way that Vanessa did it. So I'm really grateful for her, really grateful for that video. And it's really helping me outline my steps that I need to take. I feel some pressure, though it's kind of like I feel a little bit bummed about it because I want to learn that skill of pitching myself. I just can't. What was I going to say? Like I feel a sense of relief in a sense because I can focus on the things that I feel are most important to building my business, to building my brand without that guilt of, oh, I should be doing these emails, pitching myself and trying to establish these relationships with these brands. And I love the strategy of like, just do it within my content because like I said, like I need to just focus on building my content. In turn, my audience will grow and then we'll see if they start knocking on my door. These brands start knocking on my door. So it's like, I'm big on organic growth when it comes to how I build my community here on YouTube. I don't do any promoting on any other platforms. And I kind of just need to apply that same thing to how I'm going to grow different streams of income through my content. Let's keep things organic, okay? And I'm speaking to myself. If it resonates with you, it does. But I want to keep things organic. I want to be like, okay, guys, a brand reached out to me and here's what I'm going to do. Here's the decision I'm going to make, whatever the case may be. I'm going to attract it to me, let it flow to me instead of this. With the whole pitching, that came with a certain energy of like, I'm trying to expedite that. When it happens, it will happen. That's how I feel. And that's pretty much all I have to say. That's my little update. I'll see you in my next video.